I love what we typically see so far from teams is if one team loses to a certain hero pick, they want to take it the next game.
Yeah.
So this time, that is going to be the Lolita and the Claude secured for Blacklist International. Very solid. Philippines, their last
Esmeralda, I think.
Yeah, Nats getting his hands on his comfort pick here. And his hero, the Esmeralda.
So you now banded the Edward heroes like Diroth?
Yeah, Diroth for sure.
Oh, maybe the Thams in there. Oh, and yeah, the Phoveus is an important hero to take note as well. But they did pick up the Esmeralda first, so maybe they're not that scared of the Phoveus anymore. Still, I think that the Diroth as well as the Thams merits a ban for RSG because what else are you scared of? Honestly, just the Phoveus, but you have the Esmeralda, so and the Diroth as well. So I think it's going to be a happy game to say the least for RSG. For Nats, I mean.
It's still the XP lane though.
Yep.
I want to see something new. I want to see something for Edward for the XP lane. I was thinking of a best way to counter
a
1-1.
Paquito, perhaps?
Yeah,
the best counter is the Phoveus, but there is Esmeralda RC, so...
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if you necessarily want to go too far out of the box for this matchup, right? Because you want to be as comfortable as possible.
Right.
Already, Blacklist International, with what they have in this first phase, they have to be crucial in the last two picks that they have.
I think Uranus should be the ban for RC, or Benedetta, but I'm leaning more towards the Uranus.
Something more with the sustain, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, because also that's just one of the safest choices, right? But it's not going to be the Uranus. Band is the Barretts, so respecting Wise's options here. Still, well, you know, what do you want to have for the matchup again? And if you're in the jungle, you know, if you're a Balmond, what do you want to force Wise on?
Oh, maybe just go back to the Baxia, or maybe Benedetta. I don't know if Wise is prepared for the Benedetta pick, if ever they do pick it up. So the last option, like I said, is the Baxia. It's the only hero that can match up with this Bamond, or maybe something like a Cho in the jungle role, which we saw before.
Yeah,
Cho, or would a Karina be a good option though against a Balmond?
Not really, especially when there's like a 1-1 and it's probably going to be a problem. They themselves banned the Cho. Julian, Julian is still open for. What if RSG actually decides to go for a Natalia or a Kadira?
Oh, early game disruption, yes.
Kadira, a lot of knockups, perfect versus this Lolita. And of course, the big burst on the Claude, the one-hit combo that you can do against the Claude, it could be a good option here coming out from RSG.
I'm wondering too, you know, we're probably going to see them secure their roam here. There's still a lot of options as well for the mid lane matchup, right? Yeah. Again, you want that burst to be able to handle Faramis, but looks like it's going to be Kufra, yeah.
Quick! I told you.
Uranus.
I told you.
OSX he's got one.
He's got one.
I got one.
He's got one on the prediction fan.
But the Uranus still though that we're trying to put on.
Yep.
Which is again, like when you're thinking about the matchup for Esmeralda, you want to have a safe matchup there. Yep. You might as well take that Uranus pick. You know, go back to the eternal battle.
Yep.
And at the same time, you know that all those Uranus players out there, they will be cutting as far as possible to the base, right?
It's like an enabling strategy for the first turtle take, you know?
That being said, I think Eve is decent for RC, or maybe they're gonna want to go back to something like a support, like a Matilda onto Aqua.
For the mid lane, yeah?
And the Kagura still is here.
At night.
So
sound like Julian.
This is a different one.
Was that?
I think it's
Julian.
Voice line. Oh,
Sicilian.
Okay.
He has
How about that?
Voice.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
Sicilian
very deep voice for Sicilian.
Yeah.
Oh man. The problem now for RSG is that this Sicilian can be bullied in the mid game and the post laning stage by the Faramis, because what happens now is that you can really dive into the backlines. You have like Uranus, you have Faramis, you have the Claude, even if you think about it, and the Karina. All of them work together because of the Cult Altar. There's a lot of ways to get into the backlines of RSG. RSG, they have drafted a very standard draft, I would say. So they're just going to be waiting for their win condition. It's going to be a pretty normal game.
Yeah, and not like the game number one, right?
Yeah.
But
there was a lot of action.
Yeah, anytime you have a Sicilian locked in, you know you want to take it to the late game if you can. So we got to look at both teams' lineups. after the intense, I would say, game number 1, we've now got game number 2 ahead of us. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the land of dawn here. RSG Philippines versus Blacklist International.
It's game number 2. How will the code bounce back from this? Okay, so wait. Okay, I thought there was something new about the choices on the other side.
Well, we get to explore the idea, the theories of these two lineups while the players get this thing figured out here. So if we go back to RSG Philippines, I feel like same sentiments with Wolf. They're going to struggle early on. Blacklist Internationals know that they can punish. Actually, there's multiple lanes that they can punish, right? So if RSG Philippines wants to play around that, they need to be the ones securing those objectives. Now, they have one of the best options for that. Like I said previously, you know, they're rolling around with the bomb and they have the lethal counter, they have the retribution, but is that going to be enough to actually win those fights against a Karina?
Yeah, I would say yes. Honestly, the way that I dismissed that Karina pick because of the fact that it really has not that much impact. Because I don't know if he's going for a magic build or a tank build.
Oh,
judging Wise though, he's
gonna
be leaning more towards the tank build. So that means that the only hero that will have a problem against the Karina is the Beatrix. Lethal counter works so good against tanks.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the good options here, but also, you know, speaking of tanks, Light on this Kufra, I feel like this is the thing with Kufra for some reason in Season 10.
Look at him go.
He's already going in.
Early
the backup's
jump
there.
From Light. 2 members are going to go up against with the trade of skill. It's an early game enablement from the gold lane, but looking at the map here, we have an early clear from a Karina or Wise in the jungle.
We're still going.
And it's still going. It's still happening.
My God, oh my Venus, playing the Lolita aggressively this game earlier on, but it's a lot of intensity that is gonna happen. The dual lane onto the bottom lane,
and they like the. I mean, you kind of have to protect your gold laners, right?
Yeah.
In this case, because you really need once again Oheb to farm up here. Already Light gonna make a plan here in the jungle.
Yes, here comes another trade off. Wise going on half HP. Haji is going trying with the pull. Light is gonna go down low. Wise, but Haji takes the first blood. Another follow-up from Wise, making it 2. Early game action, but Eman trades 1 for RSG.
All things considered, I think RSG are pretty happy with that. They lost Demon Cat, yes, but getting a kill onto Wise and giving it to a marksman earlier on, I think that's a trade that you would take. And I'm really surprised how Demon Cat was level 4 at 1 minute and 30. I would assume that Aqua helped him up during the purple buff take, because that's what you can do as a Sicilian, so interesting.
Well, now they've got to play around the first objective of the game. That's going to be that turtle, as we see pretty much everybody but the gold laners surround this area.
But here comes Nats jumping onto Wise, but RSG strapping a triangle formation for Blacklist International, pulling in Nats from the side of Blacklist International. No signs of engagement for this first turtle yet, but still Edward is trying to zone them out.
Look at the Oheb farming the mid lane already. It's gonna be present in the team fight if it does erupt.
Yeah, someone is gonna be stunned here, but still,
oh wow,
one more catch from Aqua. Damage connect, but oh my Venus takes down Demon Kite to follow up from Edward as well, and the turtle still secured by Wise.
I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. A very aggressive Oh my Venus. Lolita is a defensive hero, but he plays it so differently, as if he was playing a Matilda. But his Lumina Blast was so crucial in that clash, and RSG definitively lost that because of the Faramis ultimate. And this is one thing that you have to take note for RSG. Very hard to win team fights if there's the Faramis ultimate.
Not yet. Yeah,
it's not going to be for a while, actually, right? Even if you're landing those Sanguine Claws, you don't have enough stacks with a bad impact, and Edward is going to be fine anytime they try to get something up on the top side, right? So again, this is what Blacklist International knows, and that's why we're seeing Oh My Venus, especially with Haji, be so aggressive. They know that even if they fight a fight 4-on-4, they have more damage right now.
Yeah, look at the map presence, yeah.
Yeah, but there's already a key item pickup from Aqua.
There you go, Blacklist International. I've been seeing all my Venus is trying to get in for the vision for the team here for Blacklist.
Yeah. Oh man, Blacklist International found their opening because of the fact that this Edward Uranus is actually unkillable. It's true that they do have the lethal counter, but what you do is just to reserve your ultimate for when the lethal counter animation pops. Pop your ultimate as well. You're safe, and there's no one to kill you. I think that it will be a problem later on for RSG.
Yeah, and already, you know, again, this is much slower paced as
more
we expected.
disciplined. Yeah.
For game 2. So again, you can see the focus on both gold laners because in
Wise
a
is
way,
here.
that is both win conditions, right? Now Wise trying to get in position here, as also the turtle's going to be up in about 10 seconds. So either way, Blacklist International sitting in a good position, 2K gold ahead. You can see how calculated they are this time around.
Well, speaking of calculation, Demon Kite is not going to go behind with the objectives, taking jungle creeps for the trades here of what they lost from the first turtle here. But instead, on this map, Blacklist International secures a good position here for taking the second turtle. Only, that was a fast take. Wise taking down the turtle.
Yeah, and here we go. They're gonna
Follow up, that's the stun, missed by the Queen, but still, RSG is going with the discipline here and caution side of Blacklist International.
Classic Blacklist with the Ube formation. You saw Oh My Venus single-handedly stopping RSG from getting into the position, and now you have to now think of a way.
There goes the ultimate Haji for the regen, but will they make it for the defense though? That is Eman throwing down daggers right down bottom. Wow, they're really making it worth here. Eyeing the right ultimates to let go.
Yeah, that was a perfect call too with the ultimate as they're able to keep Oheb alive, right? And this is the thing because now it's Haji, right? Haji's playing that Faramis, and just the shot calling, the synchronization, it's obviously clear here for Blacklist International, but the same can be said for RSG Philippines. It's just, again, you're working with your team's win condition, your composition, and right now, you just want to survive. You want to survive till the middle game or the late game where things start to scale in your favor. And again, Emon's off to a good start, man. He's 1-0. He's got a kill. He's getting some items. He's already got the first lockdown here.
Yes.
So anything after that is bonus.
Light catches one. That's the ultimate. Will connect. That's one from RSG. Y secures the kill. But look the base right now of Blacklist International. It's just Naths just going into the base. Yeah, I'm just here, guys. Don't mind me.
He's mirroring what Edward is doing with the Uranus.
Yeah.
Great fight coming up from Blacklist International. I reckon they will try to push this bottom lane. Aqua is here for the defense, so you have the wave clear, but they can easily be wrapped around by the members of Blacklist. That's why they just give up the position. This also means that Blacklist International will have a bigger advantage over RSG.
Yeah, I can say right now what Edward is doing
He went
is
back.
buying time for the team. And whoa, look at the exchange here. Nats and Edward with the stickers. Just right at this moment. We're seeing Blacklist International upping up the pace of payback, looking at the goal league. No
Favor. This is the thing, right? Again, RSG Philippines, they can't find anything in any other lane across the map. So even when they find Edward, they're like, we might as well try, but nothing happens.
Yeah, Edward is trying to get control of the map here. One man is trying to divert the attention, but onto the off-cam tower. I think that was Oheb taking 2 towers already, but now Demonic has been captured by the Queen. Oh, there you go. That's a concealed play from Light. Will he be jumping in for the code? No, he won't, but now still Blacklist International. Oheb right now is getting in with the gold. 2 tower takedowns on the defense of RSG.
Well, this is, again, right, the very methodical pacing coming out from Blacklist International. They know when they have the advantage in certain situations here, where, again, RSG Philippines is just trying to buy some time, right?
Yeah.
Light is the most one they have to watch out for, but now in mid.
Aman is being trapped by Oheb with the takedown. That is Oheb securing the kill, and Blacklist International is eyeing to take the tower, the first tier tower of RSG.
Wonderfully done by Oheb. Just prioritizing that 1-1, and he made sure that the 1-1 will not have another angle, because if if he had one angle to go and use the Tiger Pace, could have popped his ultimate, but that didn't happen. And Light already poked, had to flicker out. Bad news for RSG.
No setups right now for RSG, but this time it's still going to be Blacklist International trying to poke down 2 from RSG. Demon is going in for the chase. Oh My Venus going in half HP. Nats backing out down for the defense, diverting attention. Wise is still holding through, and it's still a retreat, still a discipline.
You see,
Phase of these two teams.
And that, again, this is just going to the fact that we're only 9 minutes in the game. RSG Philippines, not enough damage just yet. If they're down Emon, they literally can't fight. That's what we're seeing here, right? So first lore of the game, expect them to possibly just give this one to Blacklist International as they want to continue to protect Emon here.
Yeah.
Edward deep into the base.
He's going down deep, but look at Blacklist International. They're at the Lord Pit. He's diverting the attention of RSG. Edward buying time, diverting attention. Oh, and that's a Lord secure from Wise.
What a classic play for Blacklist International, winning the map once again. Surely, if you're RSG, you're happy with the gold bounty, but you're not happy about the map. With this Lord push, they can essentially take out all of the outer turrets of RSG, force out the holy defenses from the inhibitor turrets, and control the map even more. And RSG, they couldn't have done anything better. It was well played coming out from Blacklist International.
Yeah, so they're most likely going to lose the tier 2 turret here, unless they somehow defend it, right? But again, in RSG's favor, they have a great late game hero alone in Sicilian, but will that even happen?
Light down 1. Aqua's been taken down, but the Blazing Duet's connecting to 2 from RSG. And Oheb secures the kill, making it a double for Blacklist International. But Demon is trapped here against 5 of the code. And Nats is still trying to poke them down, but no, they don't care about Nats at all. It's the Lord. Are they ending this game too soon?
They want to end it.
They're ending it. They're ending it.
And that's it. Under 11 minutes. Blacklist International taking it to game number 3.